The words we speak every single day are not just random sounds that vanish into the air. Each word carries a vibration, an energy, a frequency that expands into the space around us, leaving an invisible but very real mark. In many ways, every spoken word is like planting a seed in unseen soil, a seed that can and will sprout in due time. Most of the time, however, we speak automatically. We complain about life. We repeat phrases we've heard since childhood, or we make jokes at our own expense. We do it without stopping to consider that every one of these words is being imprinted onto the most fertile ground we possess, our subconscious mind. And here's the truth. The subconscious mind does not judge. It does not decide whether what we say is good or bad for us. It does not filter or argue. It simply accepts. It takes in our repeated words and works relentlessly to make them part of our lived experience. If we constantly affirm that we are tired, unlucky, or poor, the subconscious accepts that as an instruction and then faithfully shapes our reality to match. Think of someone who always says, "Money slips right through my fingers." On the surface, it might sound harmless, but the subconscious interprets it as a direct command. As a result, this person keeps experiencing financial instability. On the other hand, someone who affirms, "New opportunities always find me," even during challenging times, is giving the subconscious a powerful order to seek out and attract solutions, unexpected blessings, and ways forward. This principle is explained by Neville Goddard through his teaching on the law of assumption. According to him, we do not manifest what we simply want. We manifest what we truly assume to be real. That means our spoken words are more than just communication. They are declarations of what we accept as truth deep inside. And those truths, whether empowering or limiting, inevitably become facts in our daily life. Joseph Murphy confirmed this when he said, "Whatever you sow in your subconscious mind, you will reap in your body and environment. If you sow weakness through your words, you reap weakness. If you sow lovelessness, you reap more loneliness. But if you sow confidence, vitality, gratitude, and love, then little by little, your outer world begins to mirror those seeds." Now, here is something essential to understand. Simply repeating positive phrases mechanically is not enough. Words alone, without feeling, are like seeds thrown on rocky ground. The subconscious is deeply impressionable, but it responds most strongly to the emotion behind the words. Saying, "I am wealthy," while feeling poor and desperate creates an inner contradiction that blocks the manifestation. So instead of saying, "I don't want to be unhappy anymore," which still focuses on unhappiness, you could declare, "I am happy, I am blessed, I live in peace." This shift, though subtle, changes the entire energetic message being sent to your subconscious. Here's another example. How many times have you said or heard the phrase, "I hope I win"? That phrase carries doubt, uncertainty, almost a sense of begging. But if you shift it to, "I trust one will win," or even, "I know I will succeed," the energy transforms. The subconscious registers conviction instead of hesitation. The same goes for saying, "I'll try" versus "I will do it." One holds a possibility of failure. The other embodies certainty. And it's not just about us individually. Our words influence the environments we live in and the people around us. Complaining all the time, for instance, doesn't only trap us in a cycle of negativity. It spreads heaviness to everyone who listens. Think of a couple in a relationship. When their conversations are filled with constant complaints about each other, the relationship weakens. Every complaint is like laying another brick in a wall that eventually divides them. Even humor can carry hidden consequences. Self-deprecating jokes, I'm so unlucky, I'm useless, may sound funny on the surface, but to the subconscious, they are instructions. Words spoken repeatedly, even in jest, sink into mind and start shaping reality accordingly. If you look closely, you'll notice this principle at work everywhere. People struggling financially often spend most of their conversations focused on debts, lack, and limitations. Meanwhile, prosperous people naturally speak about opportunities, ideas, growth, and expansion. It's not about judgment. It's about recognizing that the dominant language we use reflects and reinforces the state of consciousness we live in. This truth is ancient. The great teacher Hermes Trismegistus wrote that humanity was given the gift of speech and mind, gifts that make us equal to the immortals. In other words, our words are not fleeting. They are eternal. They leave imprints in the collective consciousness and add to the energy that shapes our shared world. This is why words are often compared to spells. Each word spoken is like casting a spell, an incantation that builds or destroys, that opens doors or closes them. Words can heal or harm. They can lift us up or chain us down. So what would happen if we became more mindful, more deliberate with this gift of speech? Instead of wasting energy on criticism and complaint, we could choose words of life for creation of blessing. We could speak words that declare, I am prosperous. I am loved. I live in abundance. And when we do this with conviction and feeling, we not only transform our own inner state, but also radiate that energy outward, influencing the lives of those around us. And the starting point? It begins with the inner dialogue, the silent conversations you have with yourself throughout the day. When you learn to speak kindly, lovingly, and confidently within, your outer words naturally change. And over time, your world begins to shift in powerful ways. Words are eternal. Even when the physical body ceases, the energy of what we've expressed remains. Our words outlive us, echoing an invisible fabric of reality. And if we carry such extraordinary power in our speech, then let's use it wisely. Let's use it to create a heaven on earth, not only for ourselves, but for everyone we encounter. Speaking is a magical act. Every word is a decree, a spell that shapes destiny. That's why we must choose words filled with love, abundance, faith, and gratitude, because within them lies the undeniable power to transform not just our lives, but the lives of all who cross our path. If this message resonates with you, and you want to continue exploring the hidden power of the mind, consciousness, and healing energy through words, I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to the Healing Vibe, where together we awaken to the higher reality within us and learn to manifest a life of peace, love, and abundance.